All right, we're back. Hey guys, welcome back to the Psychic Shario YouTube channel. We're here talking to Sherry Klein about
Hi.
all things supernatural and spiritual. Today's topic: um, signs our loved ones are trying to contact us. The loved ones that are in the afterworld, not the ones. I mean, they call you. There you go. But the spirits,
Yeah, there you
those
go.
loved ones.
Hmm.
Um, So they try to contact us somehow. Sherry, is that the case?
That is the case. I think a lot of people this happens to. First, they usually come in dreams. That's when we're out of our
Uh-huh.
analytical mind, and they'll come in dreams and all kinds, every way you can think of. But the most common are in the dreams. They may flicker with the lights or the TVs because electricity is very easy for them to manipulate. They may knock on
Really?
doors. Yeah.
Electricity.
Hmm. They may knock on doors, or you might hear footsteps, just a whole slew of things. A lot of people might say, oh, look, there's a cardinal that after my grandma passed, I saw cardinal after cardinal. So every time I see one now, I think of her and it's her. And it brings them
I had
comfort.
heard that cardinals in particular.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, but
Yeah.
or feathers.
Okay.
But you can ask them to show you a sign. So many people say, show me a sign, but they forget that second part. And that second part is tell them what you want to see. Like when I first started working with my girl, Irene, who's my joy guide, I told her, Irene, I want to see 11 cents. And I could tell she's like looking at me like, you got to be kidding me. But I will still to this day find a dime and a penny on the floor. A lot
Really?
more than what you would think. And so they can come with all kinds of signs and tell them what you want to see, and they'll work on it. You can't change it up every day. Stay with the same sign, and they will find a way to do it. They'll come through in songs that might remind you of them. You might feel their presence next to them, or see. You might get cold chills or warm. You might see something move out of the corner of your eye, and you look and nothing's there.
Hmm.
They can move objects. One thing that happened to me, and I know this was my protector and probably Irene, I clean houses. This happened many years ago. And my house that I was cleaning was out of town. So I unlocked it, go inside, clean it, getting ready to leave. And I could not find my keys. And I always put them in my purse. So I was looking everywhere. I was starting to panic. I dumped everything out of my purse, could not, couldn't find them. And right here's the keys I'm talking about. Now that they're pretty big.
There's a lot of keys. Yeah.
See this key ring? I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
I've had that for 38 years. The same
Wow.
key ring, and I use it every day in that. I'm look at that, 38 years. So anyway, these are pretty big.
Yeah.
I could not. I dumped everything out, then I put everything back in, and so I start. Did I leave them in the door? And anyway, I come back, went back in my purse, and I'm like, okay, let's regroup. They were right there on the top. I'm the only one in the house.
Really?
So then I leave and I lock the door and I get my car and I go down the street 1 block. And there was this horrific car accident that had just happened. The police or ambulance weren't even there yet. And I can't help
Wow.
but think that might have been me if I would have jumped in my car when I wanted to. So that's how your spirit team or your loved ones can come in and maybe manipulate things like that.
It's just those little things like that could like change the whole trajectory of your life.
Yeah.
Really?
And I've heard so many stories of people saying that it, they like to move things. Some of them just like to do it just to be little jokesters, you know? It was so funny. I was doing a reading just last week. It kind of reminded me. Um, and his sister is on the other side, and she used to like to play jokes on, and this was her brother I was reading for, used to like to play jokes and stuff on him.
Yeah.
And what she would do, she showed me, she said she crinkles up the carpet. They have like a running, a rug, I guess, a carpet, a rug, and
Yeah.
she would mess it up. They'd go through and it'd be fine, and then they'd come back and it'd be messed up, and it used to make them insane because they wanted it to be flat. But she kept showing me, I said, "She's messing with your rug." And they go, "That is so weird because we wondered why it kept getting messed up for like no reason at all."
Really?
So they can come through in all kinds of
And
ways.
then signs. Uh-huh. Yeah. That's
So I've
interesting.
had them turn off and on TVs. I like I said, I've owned a cleaning business. Sometimes I would clean 3 houses a day. And there was one day when I went into my first house and the TV came on and off by itself. Same thing happened in my second house that day and my third house.
Wow.
Yeah. So they can they can move things. You can feel them. Sometimes they might want to touch your hair. So they come in with smells. Um, again, I was doing a reading not long ago, and I told this lady, I said, I keep smelling peppermint, like this overwhelming smell. And she said, my husband ate peppermint candies all the time. So, and if they can come in with smells. If they smoked, you might smell the smoke.
Oh, really?
I did one and I said, oh, he's coming in with smoke smells. And she said, yeah, he smoked a lot of weed. So they can come in with smells or you can hear things. Um, all of your senses,
Yeah, you remember Dad? He would always swear to the fact that whenever a loved one of his died, he knew it because he could smell roses.
yes.
Yeah,
You,
crazy.
yeah. And it's funny because that happened and he smelled like a big like wave of it and then another wave came and within that week like two people had crossed over.
Wow.
So yeah, so they can do a lot of things. People just have to be aware. And again, ask for
True.
the
That a lot of people just go through life and these signs just pass them by. They don't pay attention.
right.
They're
And
they're they're thinking about something, their job or their kids and or their bills, and
yeah.
the signs come to them, but they just don't notice it.
And on this earth we have free will. So if we don't ask, it's a very limited chance that they can help us.
Yeah,
So ask and you shall receive. So,
right.
yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, they can do everything and I love spirit and the more open you are and the more you expect it, the more strange things will happen. And when I say strange, to me, those are awesome things. I love when stuff like that happens because I know
Yeah.
spirit is stepping in. So,
Well, there are a lot of spirit contacts. I mean, we had another video about our. We talked about our haunted house that we grew up in.
yeah.
There are a lot of spirits that were trying to contact us, particularly
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. Well,
uh,
and I tell you too, it and with all of us, it wasn't just in that house. It's like it follows all of us, or it does me.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, I think they just followed you.
and maybe I don't know, but
You're the
uh,
only one that pays them any attention. I can't
well,
see any or hear anything, so or
that's not
smell
true.
much of
I
anything.
remember you. Well, that's all right. That's for another day. But we'll have to do a show where we talk about some of the things that happened in our haunted house
Yeah,
because you can't even make this stuff up. It is crazy.
I know it. Somebody
So,
should write a book about our house.
oh yeah,
So,
it really, and not all spirits have good intention. So that can be for a whole
well,
nother
that is true. Yeah, yeah.
podcast as
Not
well.
necessarily our loved one.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right, great. Well, I think that we're butting up against our time here.
Okay.
Um, I think that covers that topic. Anything else you wanted to share?
No, I can't think of anything right off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, thanks, Sherry, and thank all of you for tuning in. Hope you liked it. As always, if you have any questions you'd like Sherry to answer, or any topics to discuss, then put them down in the comments section. We'll try and get to them. Other than that, we will talk to you next time.
Okay, bye
Talk
everybody.
to
Thanks for joining.